Shall we? Okay, so Renown. Actually, it doesn't even matter if I have music playing. So for the Renown system, right? So I'm on a hardcore character, and this is a hardcore barbarian. This is like my... I've had 2 disconnects, and I had one... I've had 2 deaths on my own. I've had 2 disconnects. Most of them were at 50. My other death was on a necro at 78. But what I did on my necro at 78 is there is Renown, which is essentially the passive activities you have to do in every zone. And each one, once you get them done, you get all the way up to 2 skill points per area. There's 5 areas. And then at the end, you get 4 Paragon points. So those 4 Paragon points, collectively with all 5 zones, you get 20... What is it, 5? So there's 4 per zone. So we get an extra 20 Paragon points. As well as there's 4 Lilith statues that have Paragon. 1 Paragon per. You get an extra 24 Paragon when you get all the Lilith statues, or all the Paragon Lilith statues anyways. First off, you want all of the Altars of Lilith because they give you 2 stats per statue, as well as there's 4 of them that give you 1 Paragon. And then once you get all the Renown done, you're going to get those 4 Paragon points. So what this does, though, is when I got my Necromancer, I got all my Renown done. So you can see here, this isn't completed, but it has the check marks. On my level 78 Necromancer, I got all the Renown done, and I have everything unlocked. And now when I started a new character on this Barbarian, there's some areas I haven't even done, but I have everything unlocked. So if we were to go to, like, my Paragon tree, I have all the way up through the first board, up to the second, and I'm only level 52. So we have all that extra, all those 25 extra, well, the 24 extra Paragon points, because you start off with 1 to spend. I still have 5 to spend here. But as you can see, we can push through the first board and get to the second one right off the bat as soon as you hit 50. Plus, as soon as you start, you're going to have 11 available points at level 1 as soon as you spawn, which is just... It's amazing when you start a new character having that many points, because you can get your core skill and get your regular skill, and you can almost push it down even to starting to get your 3rd skill. So overall, just having them both done is just amazing. And I have some resources that I've used. I used a Lilith statue. What website it was? maxroll.gg. So I used maxroll.gg, and there's an Altar of Lilith section. You can scroll down. This is the bonuses you get per. So you actually have obol capacity. You get 1 Paragon point, and each one has 2 intelligence, 2 strength, 2 willpower, 2 dex, just dependent. Overall, right here, this is everything you can get if you get all of the Lilith statues, which the Lilith statues are on the map. They're little just altars that you have to grab. And this is the amount of statues that are in each area. So if you go down here to the Altar of Lilith maps, you can pick whichever area. All 5 areas are right here. Let's close this ad. All 5 areas are right here. You can click on one and it'll open it up into a main tab, and then you can either screenshot it, send it to yourself on Discord, put it on your phone or whatever while you're doing it. Or if you have 2 monitors, you can just put it up on the second monitor, whichever. And then, yeah, it shows all of the little statues for the area, and this is all the ones that you're going to grab. I use this for every single one to get all the little statues done. I think if we did the math, what was the math on it? So, where's my calculator? So we have waypoints, like for this zone. If we talk about, let's do Fractured Peak first. Oh, where is it? Fractured Peak. So there's 7 waypoints, plus 300 for the 3 strongholds. Plus, if we discover all of the areas, we have 76 areas times 5 per. So we're at 820. We need 2,000 total per zone to get all the Renown done. There is more than 2,000, but each one, once you hit 2,000, you'll hit this last one for your Paragon, which is what you want. We're going to do 23 times 30. So we have 1,510. And then if we add those 10 Lilith statues, they're 10 per, times 28 for this zone. We have 17. You guys can't see that, can you? 1790, which means we need to do like what, like 11, maybe like 11 side quests, because they're worth 20 per, right? So if you were to get all these done, you just have to do a couple side quests. And the best way to do it, how I found the best way to do it, is if you're in any town and you see blue exclamation marks, just grab them. If you're running around anywhere and you see side quests, exclamation marks, just grab them. I know you may not want to do them, and I know it's kind of a nightmare to redo them. Just grab them. And when you're running around doing dungeons or doing any other types of activities, so a lot of times these side quests will go to that dungeon, so you can double whammy them. You can get the dungeon done, get 20, and do the side quest and get another 20. Or you might be running by a spot where you just have to turn it in, or you have to kill a couple enemies, which you can do that while you're leveling up. And that's just like the best time to do it. The best time to do this as well is pre-level 50. Just try to knock out your renown as much as possible. If you are starting a new character and you've already gotten the campaign done, just try to get all your renown done so that your other characters can benefit from it, especially if you're on a hardcore character, because as soon as that character dies, you're going to start off at level 1 and you're not going to have, like, I had all 3 of these like to the 3rd slot on my hardcore characters, and then when I died, even though I had all the Lilith statues, which they carry over to each character, and I got all the bonuses from it, and I got the skill points, I got to the 3rd slot unlocked, it went down to 0, and I had to redo it all the way to the top again. So especially if you're doing hardcore, get them all done, get them all the way to the end. It's going to be a hair-tearing process, but once you get it done, it's going to be worth it, especially if you make a mistake or if you have a disconnect or something happens and you have to start a new character. You'll have all those Paragon points ready for when you get 50 in the next character, as well as you will start with 11 skill points. But that's going to be all I have for Renown and what I recommend doing it once you start playing, whether you're playing a softcore or hardcore character. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one.